What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Shane Rowe. Guys, grab your yardie's coffee.
This is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee.
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get caffeinated. And guys, sip the coffee slow this morning because it is hot. It is hot.
Who wants coffee? Does anybody want coffee? Who wants coffee?
Now, I don't usually care about what goes on with the neighbors' city. However, today, or rather yesterday, news broke that in response to the Premier League's 115 charges against Man City, they have now decided to go ahead and sue the Premier League. Guys, take a look.
Why are Man City suing the Premier League and what actually happens if they win? The Premier League champions have taken unprecedented action, and the outcome of the case could change the face of English football forever, with one Premier League executive saying it could turn the transfer market into the Wild West. City are arguing the Premier League's financial rules are unlawful and are against UK competition law. This mainly comes down to the rules around commercial and sponsorship deals. So currently, if you're the owner of a Premier League club and you want to sponsor your club with another business you own, you can't just pay whatever you want to boost your own finances. It has to be fair market value. The Premier League says because of this, it helps build and maintain fairness throughout the division. But City don't just want to put an end to these rules. They're also looking for damages from the league because of lost revenue. The case is set to begin on Monday, June the 10th, and the outcome could have a huge impact on the club's separate 115 charges, with that case set to be heard in November.
Now, guys, you leave your comments down below. What is your opinion? All I heard was Man City wants to be able to inflate the numbers as high as they possibly can. Some of these charges, guys, are really serious, right? It ranges from not disclosing player wages, not disclosing sponsorship wages, more than 100 breaches of Premier League rules between 2009 and 2018. Guys, these are some serious charges. If they are found guilty,
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Everton, with at least 3 or 4 charges, almost didn't make it out the Premier League alive this time around. So with 115, you're looking at points reduction, you're looking at titles being stripped, which is where we come in. There's at least 3 seasons where we finished second. So what would happen there? Liverpool's got a hand in this, and also Arsenal's got 2 dogs in the fight between last season and this season. So this affects a lot of everyone, and on top of it, it might even jeopardize the deal for the EFL League. So they probably wouldn't get that parachute money. It's a mess, guys, because if they do win this case, which I don't understand how they would, if they do win this case, you are basically telling them that they can do whatever they want with their money anytime they want to do it with their money. And to a certain degree, guys, competition requires rules. By definition, if you have a competition, there needs to be rules to this competition. You can't just have the government that's funding Manchester City being able to just roam free and pay everybody they want to. I mean, let me show you another video, which is a little bit suspect. It's not getting much traction around the internet, but Michael Oliver and his team goes to do a charity match, and you know what? Take a look at the video, come back and let me know what you think.
This has blown my mind. Michael has a problem. September 2023, during the season, 4 Premier League referees are flown to the United Arab Emirates to referee an ADNOC game. Seems okay, yeah? Keep listening. They're paid £20,000. They're normally paid $1,500 for refereeing a match. This is where it gets very interesting. So ADNOC stands for Abu Dhabi National Oil Company. They sponsor the league and they have the name for the league. Who's one of their board members? The Man City chairman is one of the board members. So the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company is state-owned. Who is vice president of the state? The owner of Man City. This is where the 20,000 has been coming from for Michael Oliver to be paid to referee just one match. Oh yeah, it's worth mentioning, Barcelona were charged with paying off a referee. Obviously Pep was a manager at some point, but this was 2001 to 2018. It wasn't just Pep there. The director of football at Barcelona is the current director of football at Man City. Even if Man City have said absolutely nothing to Michael Oliver, they're just getting him out there to referee some games, surely he's going to have a slight bias to Man City. Let's take a look at some decisions this season. Wiped out Rice, then followed up and wiped out Odegaard. Didn't even get a yellow card, let alone a red. Doku with a karate kick on Alexis, no penalty. All of these are Michael Oliver. And this one, 0-0 in the FA Cup semi-final against Chelsea. Palmer hits a free kick, Grealish hand, moves towards the ball, it's a penalty. But the 4 match officials were the ones that got flown out to the UAE. And of course, no penalty was given. The thing is, he's basically on the payroll. It is a conflict of interest.
Guys, at best it's sus. So you're paying referees $20,000 to come do a charity match, and then they're supposed to go back into the Premier League and call calls against the hand that's feeding them. How is the Premier League even allowing this to happen? Which leads me to my main point. This is the Premier League's own doing. This is the mainstream media's own doing. When they saw this coming, everyone jumped on the Man City bandwagon. Still to this day. Currently, there is no, if you watch the news, the reporters are reporting this with the utmost neutrality that you can ever see. There's maybe 1 or 2 that might say this could be chaos, it might end up turning the Premier League into the Wild West, but no one is actually saying that Man City are criticizing them heavily for what they're about to probably open up. An entire can of worms. Pandora's box is about to be discovered. It's like a Wild West. And the Premier League sat there and they watched them win titles after titles, building up charges. How do you get to 115 charges in the first place?
How? I'm saying, how?
So the Premier League, you created this mammoth, this Goliath of a thing. You allowed it to happen. And now it's about to swallow you up. It's not really that bad for us. If City wins, well, they just keep on winning, I guess, and turn the Premier League into their own clown show. If they lose, I don't think it's everyone that's going against City, but you cannot have all these charges and none of it is true. Like if 3 charges from Everton was about 8 or 10 points, what is 115 charges look like, you know? So guys, let's see what some of you guys had to say about some of these charges and City's reaction to some of this, right? Head over to Twitter, give your boy a follow. This fan says, which is I think is the top comment, FA has no balls. If this had been in Italy, it would have been done and dusted by now, and City would have been playing in Serie C if they had been found guilty. That's true. I mean, Italy did relegate Juve, but I don't think they did enough there as well too when it came to Juve. This fan says, because they know they're about to be found guilty on all 115 counts. This fan has a photo of the Premier League feeding a little Manchester City cat, which then turns into a lion and bites his head off, and says, the Premier League will finally drink from their bribery and corruption medicine. This fan says, I think he's a City fan, you're either on Man City's side or you are on the wrong side here. We are going against the cartel. This fan says, this is both embarrassing and dangerous. Man City do not want to follow any rules. The Premier League will win. The Premier League will win this case. Very worrying if they lose. I agree with you, David. This fan says, that's how culprits speak. Listen, you can't redirect your own money into the club just because you want to put $1 billion into the club. Into the club's facility and infrastructure, yeah, but you can't just go buy Mbappe for 100 million because not even that, 100 million is cheap. I mean, at this point, and where they want to take it, you're talking about 400 million for a player. It's ridiculous.
We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway.
And this fan says, even Manchester City's staunchest fans must be embarrassed by this attempt to cast themselves as victims of financial oppression after winning 4 successive titles. How to lose fans, PR own goal. Yeah, I mean, you can't sit there, won a treble last year, 4-peat this year, and say that you can't spend as much as you want to spend, or you're being financially oppressed. Come on, guys, the foolishness.
Stop it. Get some help.
But like the video, comment, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. God bless you, and GGMU. Peace.